Was a good bounce back win for us. This was an important game. They all are important. But after coming off of a loss against Ohio State on New Year's night, we figured in Minnesota coming in here 0-2 that we were not just going to get a shot, but we were going to get their best shot. And I thought Alexis Gassian, the job she did on Carly Wagner was obviously key. Transition defense was certainly important. Not that they got a lot of fast break points. We didn't either. I thought Kenesha Bell was really good at times, and I thought, especially in the fourth quarter, I got a little disappointed with the way Tyra was guarding and really just challenged her to be better. And I thought that she did a much better job, especially in the fourth, of just trying to level her off. She's really fast going downhill. Then, obviously Lex shows up big offensively on a night where Cahill couldn't stay on the floor. And she's our, having to be on the floor and when teams play a zone is really important to the flow of what we try to do offensively. I liked how Bree Wigware, even though she didn't hit a shot, I thought her activity, I thought Bree, Darby, and I thought Kim Royster came in and provided really, really good minutes in the post tonight. And that was the challenge going in, was transition defense, and the second key was going to be that our post presence, our post show up tonight and guard.
Questions?
So when Cahill gets 2 fouls and then Bree Wigware gets 2 fouls right after that, how worried were you?
I wasn't worried, and it could have been because, we were obviously ahead, but had a lot of confidence. We've seen Darby, and Darby can play the 4, she can play the 5, so we were, I felt confident still on the sideline over there that, especially, with the way Lex was being aggressive and having Tyra out there, and whether we have Carly or Rhea, I feel really good about our guard combination on the floor. And so I was more disappointed and frustrated for B than anybody because I thought a couple of her fouls seemed a little, especially the last one that she got, seemed like a clean pick to me, and they called her for one. So, B being on the floor is always a better thing for us. And not that we don't have a lot of confidence in Bree and Darby at that 4 spot. It's just that they're still trying to gain some experience. And Cahill's been in that high post area a lot last year, and then obviously tonight we got to see when she gets in there that she can usually score the ball.
Does Gassian's role change at all when she stays on the floor?
I think Lex just has to become a more creative scorer and continue to attack off some of our ball screening action, and then Tyra obviously has to step up. But I thought tonight Lex was the one that did a nice job of staying aggressive offensively.
How good was it to see? I think they cut it to 11, and then Carly hits the 3, Tyra steals the inbound.
Well, that was obviously a nice little shot in the arm for us, because it just seemed like in the second half we were, I thought, stagnant at best is the best way to describe us offensively, and we needed something to energize us and energize the crowd. So anytime that Carly gets her feet set and she's not rushing, and she's not, I thought watching the Ohio State game, all of her threes, or most of them, were NBA and beyond range. And so we have spent the last 2 days watching film with her just so she can recognize where she's at, because a lot of those shots that she took against Ohio State were short. So imagine 2 steps closer to the three-point line, that might have resulted, in a make, because you're not as short, you're not as stretched out. And so we've, continued to talk to Carly about not feeling like she's, when her feet are set and she has a moment to kind of, get her shot or, set. She's far better, more high percentage shot maker when she's that way versus being a little bit off balance. And Curly has to understand, you know, when that is, you know, and so I think she tonight, the three that, you know, got us kind of going there was, you knew as soon as it left her hands because her feet were set, and it just looked really, really good coming out of her hands.
How happy were you with the way Amanda played, though, in her limited minutes? I think she had 12 and 9 and 16.
Yeah, just, you know, again, John, I've just come to, and I never want to get to a point with Cahill that I just, you know, take her for granted. I never take her for granted, but I'm never surprised by what she gives us and provides for her team. And that is whatever our team needs at the time, she's going to do. She's going to be aggressive. She's going to, you know, try to come up with huge rebounds, 50-50 balls. I mean, the kid she plays hard on both ends. But then what she gives us offensively, you know, is that stretch four that can step out. But then she's just really crafty around the basket. And she makes her teammates better. And so I'm not surprised by her play, but you know, I never want to get to a point where I just take her for granted because she's a special player.
You mentioned this being kind of an important bounce back game. What did you say to them before the game?
Just that, you know, that I cautioned them on, and again, you know, Minnesota's had a tough start to the Big Ten season with having to play, you know, Ohio State and then Maryland back-to-back. And felt like they were kind of desperate, and they probably had looked at the calendar thinking, we're going to play really, really well to beat Ohio State. We're going to have to play lights out to beat Maryland. And if those two things don't happen, we got a really legitimate, great shot against Indiana if we come in here and defend and shoot the ball better. And so that was the message, but we were in a similar situation as far as, you know, we just came off of a tough loss too. And this isn't a group of young ladies that enjoyed that very much. And so I anticipated us coming out with a lot of energy tonight, a lot of enthusiasm and focus, and really, really honing in on what the game plan was. The game plan wasn't for Cahill to get in foul trouble.
You've got 6 days before the next game when you go to the road. On the road, what do you need to, I guess, get out of these next few practices before school starts up again?
Well, I'll tell you this: nobody's more excited about school starting than me. I think there's something to be said when these kids get back into a routine and they're not laying around their apartments or their dorm rooms, you know, and anticipating or waiting for practice to start, and then leaving, and then, you know, going shopping or being on their feet, and so I love routine, and so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to getting our practice guys back in practice with us because we've sorely missed them. But it's probably everything, Sam. I mean, we have to continue to get better defensively. You know, we allowed you know, transition that starts there, and then in the half court we're still giving up too many middle drives. We're still giving up too many direct drives, and our post defense has to continue to improve. And so we're going to keep working on that end. I thought Minnesota did a really good job of defending all of our quick hits out of the zone tonight. So, you know, this is an opportunity for us too to maybe tweak some things in our offense, add some things, and have some counters to some of the things that we've been doing and watching some of these teams and how they're defending it in different ways. So we're looking forward to it. We're going to take tomorrow off and do some recruiting, and then come Friday we'll get back at it, and then I'll remind you. And then we're going to get on the road because, you know, we go to Michigan. Gonna take a deep breath and you know, enjoy this one tonight, but still got a tough road trip coming up with Michigan and at Northwestern. So got a lot of areas we got to clean up and improve in the time that we have to spend in practice.
Anything else for Coach?
Awesome, thank you.